Good evening, trustees, Superintendent Azarani, members of the Cabinet, and members of the audience. I am Amy Stratton, Director of Curriculum Assessment and Accountability. Tonight you will hear information on the Marysville Joint Unified School District LCAP for 2022-23. Marysville Joint Unified employs over 1,300 people covering over 75 square miles and educates just over 10,000 school-age students in TK through 12th grade, with approximately 500 students in the preschool programs. Marysville Charter Academy for the Arts is a district-sponsored charter school, and as required by law, they will submit their own LCAP. In 2021-22, our demographic data indicates approximately 47% of our students are Hispanic, 33% are white, 9% are Asian. 19% of our students are identified as English learners, and 13% of our students are in special programs. 1% of our students are identified as homeless, and 0.5% are identified as foster youth. 68% of our students are socioeconomically disadvantaged, and 74% are identified as unduplicated, which means they are either EL, foster youth, or socioeconomically disadvantaged. The Local Control and Accountability Plan is the district's plan around the educational priorities and budgetary spending. In July of 2013, Governor Brown signed a new school funding model into law. This funding model is known as the Local Control Funding Formula, or LCFF, and it requires school districts to develop an LCAP that guides priorities in the budget development process. The LCFF consists of supplemental and concentration funds. Details of this funding formula will be provided in the budget presentation later tonight. Each district's LCAP must be built around 8 priorities. The priority areas are identified by the California Department of Education. The 8 priorities are grouped under 3 overarching focus areas. The first focus is conditions of learning, which addresses Priority 1, basic services, Priority 2, implementation of state standards, and Priority 7, course access. The next focus area is engagement, and this includes Priority 3, parent involvement, Priority 5, student engagement, and Priority 6, school climate. The third focus area is student outcomes, and this includes Priority 4, student achievement, and Priority 8, student outcomes. In the LCAP document, you will notice that we will be listing these priorities, areas 1 through 8, under each goal. After extensive conversations with our educational partners, which include parents, teachers, administrators, students, and community members, MJUSD felt it was imperative that we realign our LCAP goals to address the needs we are seeing in our data and the input from our families, students, and community. These are the new realigned goals. The changes you will notice are: number 1, a slight change in the language for Goal 1, improving academic performance. 2, Goal 2 combines previous Goal 2 and Goal 5 and still addresses school environment, focusing on physical, emotional, and safety needs of students and staff. 3, Goal 3 is new, and it addresses the needs to prepare every student with skills needed for college and career readiness. 4, Goal 4 is our previous Goal 3. It discusses methods for building a system of supports for English learners, foster youth, and low socioeconomic students. Goal 5 is our previous Goal 4, improve the meaningful school-to-home relationships. A few data points that drove our goal realignment are as follows. The LCAP evaluated student performance data to determine needs, identify actions, and allocate funding. This last year, there was an interruption to some of our accountability structures, which just means we looked at some of our measures differently. But there is some consistent data we can reflect upon. We looked at our 4-year cohort graduation rate, which reflects the number of students who started in 9th grade and graduated in 4 years. This rate dropped in 2021 and is reflective of what we know. Many families left the area during the pandemic. However, we celebrate the 1-year graduation rate because it shows the success of students who started as a senior and ended with a diploma. Another measure is the A through G completion rate, which indicates the 4-year college readiness rate. This measure shows a slight decrease in the number of students that met A through G in 2021. Our data also shows an increase in the number of students that completed a 2-year CTE pathway. We also notice a significant increase in the chronic absenteeism rate, growing to 21.3%. The LCAP requires districts to identify the successful practice during the current school year to document progress of last year's LCAP. Here are a few of the highlights for your review. Teachers have developed common assessments for grade and subjects to bring district-wide consistency in teaching and learning. We have focused on college and career with the expansion of GATE, AVID, Honors, Advanced Placement, CTE, and dual enrollment courses of study. A new STEAM initiative was introduced, and teachers at 6 sites are excited to embed STEAM-related projects in the content areas. 2 literacy coaches worked alongside teachers in first instruction, data analysis, and strategies for reading intervention, resulting in over 3,000 hours of attendance for professional development. To address the needs of English learners, MJUSD provided EL facilitators at each school site, and they have worked tirelessly to reclassify over 260 students during the 21-22 school year. We also added outreach consultants at each site to support expansion of school and family relationships. This year, the district participated in the federal program review in 6 areas, and each area has 0 findings. In July 2013, Governor Brown signed into law a new way to distribute money to California school districts. This is known as the Local Control Funding Formula, or LCFF. It is the most comprehensive reform to California schools' funding systems in 40 years. The LCFF funds school districts to serve high-need students, specifically unduplicated student groups identified as socioeconomically disadvantaged, English learners, and foster youth. The LCAP is written to show clearly what portion of the LCFF funds are being used to improve and increase services to these 3 subgroups. This slide is for reference only and shows how the LCFF funds are calculated. For ease of understanding, I'm going to round up the numbers you see on these charts. On the bigger chart, we see the total revenue that the district receives is approximately $140 million, of which approximately $114 million comes from LCFF funds. About $13 million are from other state funds, $7 million are from federal funds, and approximately $57 million are from local funds. In the 21-22 school year, Marysville Joint Unified School District LCFF funding formula identified our expenditure for high-need students at approximately $25 million as written in the blue bar. While we actually spent approximately $20 million, the difference between the 2 budgeted and actual expenditures is because MJUSD utilized federal one-time COVID relief funds to increase or improve services for high-need students during the 21-22 school year. On this page, the numbers show that MJUSD general fund expenditures total $155,905,359 for the 22-23 school year. Of that amount, $34,644,558 is tied to actions and services in the LCAP. In the 22-23 LCAP, LCFF revenues allocated for unduplicated students is $24,359,645, whereas the budgeted expenditures total $28,493,058. The next 5 slides, we will share how much money has been added to the LCAP for services under each goal. LCAP Goal 1, which addresses state priorities 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. Improve academic performance within an equitable system that addresses and engages the various identified needs of all MJUSD students. For Goal 1, our budgeted expenditures is $16,307,014, with $12,248,014 contributing towards the progress of unduplicated students. This goal includes costs associated with staffing allocations for programs and supports, time for professional development, transportation, and so on to support and increase student academic achievement. LCAP Goal 2 addresses state priorities 1, 5, and 6. Create an environment that addresses the physical, emotional, and safety needs of all students and staff. For Goal 2, our budgeted expenditures is $10,528,044, with $10,269,044 contributing towards the progress of our unduplicated students. MJUSD will provide resources to support instruction by funding sports, music, elementary PE programs, in addition to ongoing SEL services, nursing, and counseling supports. We also put aside funds to address the safety needs at the school sites. Goal 3 addresses state priorities 4, 5, and 7. Prepare every student with the skills needed for college and career. For Goal 3, our budgeted expenditures is $3,765,000, with $2,650,000 contributing towards the progress of our unduplicated students. This goal includes costs associated with staff allocations for programs and supports, time for professional development, transportation, and so on to support the students for college and career. LCAP Goal 4 addresses state priorities 4 and 7. Build a system of specific supports for English learners, foster and low socioeconomic students. For Goal 4, our budgeted expenditures is $1,635,000, with $1,132,500 contributing to the progress of our unduplicated students. This goal includes costs associated with staffing allocations for programs and supports, resources for EL instruction and transportation services, and progress monitoring tools for student achievement. LCAP Goal 5 addresses state priorities 3, 5, 6, and 8. Improving meaningful school-to-home relationship. For Goal 5, our budgeted expenditure is $2,439,500, with $2,193,500 contributing towards the progress of our unduplicated students. This goal includes costs associated with staffing allocations for programs and supports, including home visits, parent institutes, sharing of data with family on student progress, and additional outreach staff, such as attendance clerks, mental health support providers, and the access to parents via mass dialer. During the 22-23 school year, MJUSD will have a district focus in two main areas: literacy and college and career readiness. To support literacy, MJUSD will develop and implement a district-wide literacy plan with the goal of all students reading by third grade. Working alongside the literacy plan, MJUSD will develop a comprehensive English learner plan with the goal of all EL students reclassifying within 5 years of being identified as an English learner. To prepare our students for college and career readiness, MJUSD will develop a college and career division and adult education program to bring resources to equip our students and families with skills and knowledge needed for their future endeavors. To recap, the LCAP has 5 goals. Total LCFF funds is $114,090,863. Total LCFF expenditures is $34,644,558. Total LCFF funds received for unduplicated students is $24,395,645. Total budgeted expenditures for unduplicated students is $28,493,058. The district has met the 27.6% increase and improved service obligations. I would like to thank the board and the community for taking the time to listen to the presentation. Thanks to the participating members who have provided guidance and feedback to the development of the LCAP through multiple meetings and community forums. If you have any questions or comments on the LCAP, a link will be provided on the district website. The board will adopt the document at the next meeting on June 28, 2022, after which it will be submitted to the Yuba County Office of Education and the California Department of Education before June 30, 2022.